Today is a super fun vinyl wrap tumbler with a really cool retro ho 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 decal. The first thing you need to do is prep your tumbler, base coat it, and apply your glitter. So remember, you want to make sure that you're always prepping your tumbler as best that you can. And then I have a base coat of white spray paint. I am using Grand Finale to apply my glitter, but you could use glitter glue or whatever method you prefer. And then I am applying this white glitter. This is Emily's Pearl from Glitzy Kreations. It's my favorite white, and you just want to make sure you get full coverage. You're going to tap it and let it dry for 2 hours. Once it is dry, you are going to dry brush to get all of the excess off of the tumbler and seal it up with the glitter glue. I always do at least 1 coat of the glitter glue, but you want to make sure that you get it all over the tumbler. You can use any kind of brush that you have. This is a tack-on brush that I get from Amazon. All of the supplies that I'm using for this tumbler will be linked in the description box of this video. So get your glitter glue all over your tumbler and again, let it dry for 2 hours. Once that is done, the goal is to get the cup smooth. I use Grand Finale, doing a few layers and sanding until it is completely smooth. You can't add your vinyl until you have a smooth tumbler. I am applying some vinyl from the Vinyl Cottage. I always like to cut my vinyl close to what I need. It just makes it easier to cut it down first rather than trim it afterwards. And I feel like I waste less and I have a little bit more left over when I follow that process. So I just use a regular paper cutter to cut it down about the size that I need, especially the height, because it's just easier in my opinion. So I am going to use the hinge method to apply my vinyl. Now, all you need for that is a little bit of tape and a squeegee tool. So you basically want to put it on your tumbler and line it up exactly where you want it to be. And then I'm going to use some blue painter's tape to hold the vinyl in place so it doesn't move. And then I know it'll stay lined up exactly where I want it. So tape down the vinyl, just like 2 pieces. You don't need a lot because we are going to apply it and take this tape off pretty quickly, but it just helps it stay in place. So I'm going to peel back a little bit of that backer sheet and cut it with scissors. And then I'm going to wrap this on my tumbler so it's still lined up nice and straight. Then once you have that, 1 inch or so of your vinyl applied, you can remove the tape and then use your squeegee tool and slowly apply it to your vinyl. You can see I'm going, horizontally and then up and down to make sure that I have no bubbles as I apply this vinyl. You can just use your hands too, but I do like to use the squeegee tool as I do it. So once you get this on, then you're going to trim off any excess, and then because this was transparent and I wanted it to look nice at the seam, I used my X-Acto knife. I went straight down, but you could actually have an opportunity to sort of maybe zigzag it so it looks pretty nice around the different lights. You can do your very best to get it to, look as good as possible at the seam. So then I used my knife to cut any excess around the top or bottom. Usually I try, this is the whole point of cutting it in the beginning, but I guess I didn't measure that well. So I trim the top and the bottom and make sure that the vinyl is laying completely smooth. And then I'm going to take my knife and go around the top. You don't want to have any bubbles or any sort of not flat surface with your vinyl, because when you add your Grand Finale, it's not going to work well. So make sure it's nice and flat. I did a few coats of Grand Finale before I added this decal. I bought this decal. I'll link it down below. So all I had to do was basically peel and stick and then remove the transfer tape. I finished up this tumbler with a few coats of Grand Finale. I absolutely love this decal and how these vinyls came together. And it basically sold immediately at one of my craft shows. So let me know in the comments what you think and check out day 2 of my Christmas tumblers up on your screen.